It's been a while since we focused in on truck campers. So this week, Jeff Johnston turns his attention to the new Lance 1172 model truck camper and shows us what this top-of-the-line camper has to offer. Also, we'll join Michelle and Lori from Two Gals and a Dog as they visit the Desert Oasis Campground located near Bisbee, Arizona. Later, we'll check in with Mark and Don Polk from RV Education 101 and see what they have in store for us this week. These stories and more on this week's Rollin On TV. Rollin On TV is brought to you by Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Jayco. At Jayco, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968.
A slide-in truck camper is the most versatile RV you can buy. It's compact, easy to drive, comfortable, and can go almost anywhere your heart desires. Choose a truck camper and you've officially climbed aboard the RV Adventure Wagon. Truck campers are definitely not what they used to be. This one, the Lance 1172, their biggest model, is definitely not your grandpa's truck camper. If grandpa was to see the amount of comfort, luxury, the features, and utility in a camper like this, to say nothing of its just visual beauty, grandpa would be pretty well set back on his pins. Lance has been manufacturing truck campers for decades, and it's not by accident that they're referred to by many slide-in truck camper enthusiasts as the Cadillac of campers. This one is 1172. It's an existing model that's been upgraded and refitted and so on. One of the most striking features visually is this full-body graphics, this mountain scene applique. You have this wonderful scene, the mountain reflected in the lake down here. It's a really great look, and it's available on this big one, and it's also available on all of the other Lance products as well. Now you can tell this is a really big camper. It's 11 foot, 11 inches long altogether. It takes a really stout truck, and this camper weighs north of 5,000 pounds. You really got to have it on a big truck with dual wheels like this, in this case a Ford F-350. This is what it takes to be able to safely, reliably drive and tow, or not tow, but drive and operate this vehicle. Driving up here, we were out in beautiful Jawbone Canyon, California, and coming up here we were on the freeway, we're on a 2-lane road, curving around some twisties. In cases like that, this combination drives very nicely. So if you buy a big camper like this, don't go cheap on what vehicle you're putting it on. Keep yourself safe, make it a big truck, and you can enjoy long-term, reliable driving down the road. Lance builds this with the traditional Lance style of materials. Aluminum framing, polystyrene insulation, this fiberglass smooth exterior, and behind the fiberglass, instead of having some kind of a wood backer, it has Azdel, which is a composite material. So there's no wood in the sidewall out here to suffer from rot or delamination or anything due to any potential water damage that can happen later on down the road. And that kind of extra strong construction also means that when you have this huge overhang out the front of the truck, you're not going to have the buckling and the problems in this area that are present on some other brands of campers after they've been driven around a while, and this part out here is kind of wobbling up and down. It's not going to happen on a Lance camper. This guy is really built strong and secure. Now in the case of the Lance, of course, this is the largest one, has a little extra length, and it has some extra room for features, such as 2,500 watt Onan Cummins generator, runs on LP gas, very clean and quiet. This is the utility compartment where you have your external shower, your waste dump valves, battery hookup, etc. So it's all in one place, very handy. The back wall of the camper is largely occupied by the slide-out room, but in the lower half down here, or the lower portion, you have storage compartment for the sewer hose, and behind this pair of nifty little doors, a really good sized storage compartment. Got a strong corrugated plastic base, a little bit of a tray in here. It's about 2.5 feet deep. We have a compartment. It's major electrical for the vehicle. Fuse box, automatic transfer relays, circuitry for the slide-out rooms and so on. Really conveniently located, all color-coded wiring. It's really a kind of a nice feature. Great for maintenance and troubleshooting later down the road. And this ladder. As a 260-pound guy, I really like this ladder. Lance is using this new heavy-duty, larger diameter ladder. Some of the older ones from the industry from years ago were a small, kind of flexible, and if I was climbing on it, it wobbled a little bit, but I wobble when I walk too, so no big deal. Anyway, this ladder though is strong enough to be able to actually get up on the roof, and that's important because one of the things Lance has in these vehicles now is they're putting roof racks on there to be able to, you know, take whatever you need to have on a roof rack. This first step is quite a doozy. So I'm putting this little extension on there. Even a big guy like me can get up and down this thing comfortably without the ladder flexing or otherwise making you nervous about whatever you're going to do up there. And over here on the passenger side, we have the usual array of amenities. 2 very large propane tanks. This gives you a lot of time out in the field, especially if you're dry camping. Behind this little compartment, which is adjacent to the freshwater fill and the external plug-ins, this is the water pump compartment with valves for winterizing and so on, and the pump is right here where you can see it, where you can fix it, and you can replace it if need be. This kind of attention to detail, Lance is making it as easy as possible to be able to do maintenance later on down the road. This is a nice touch, very thoughtful. And of course, the water heater compartment. Now, the outside of the camper is really impressive. I mean, there's other features out here too, like the seamless roof, the clamp-on type light or vents and so on.
We'll be right back with more on the new Lance 1172 camper right after these commercial messages.
Simply put, Thetford's AquaChem has outsold all its competitors combined because it's the strongest holding tank deodorant available. It provides the strongest odor control around the clock in all temperatures and conditions. It quickly liquefies waste and tissue and is 100% biodegradable. AquaChem, the industry standard for 50 years. For more information, visit Thetford.com. AquaChem, another great product from Thetford.
We didn't make the majestic mountains, or the rugged terrain, or paint the night sky, but we make it possible to see it all. Road Trek, America's #1 selling touring coach for over 25 years. Built with quality so you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the destinations you want. Enjoy the peace of mind that only a Road Trek can provide.
Welcome back to Rollin On TV. Let's continue our look at the new Lance 1172 camper, an RV that includes a truckload of fine living features.
And there's a solar panel up here that provides enough charging to be able to keep your batteries up when you're out dry camping. That too is another nice touch that's very valuable for people who enjoy going in places like this where the nearest power plug-in is 25 miles away. Inside, we have some really cool features. We're going to show you what they're like. It starts. Set up the steps, and we're ready to set up camp. It's kind of nice when the camper manufacturer provides features that makes that camp setup a little bit easier. And Lance has a very nice feature in here. It's a remote control for the slide-out rooms. It also runs the jacks, but we're not taking the camper off the truck right now, so we won't mess with the jacks. But you turn it on, select which remote you want to use, or which slide out, hold the button down, and away we go. Pick up our accessories that we have to store inside. Now, the outside of this camper, of course, is beautiful, but it's what's inside that is truly remarkable. So let's take a look. It's really tough to tell sometimes that you are in a truck camper, a slide-in truck camper,
In this kind of room, this kind of walk around, move around space would be unheard of inside of a truck camper, I don't know, 15 years ago. Today, companies like Lance have figured out how to utilize all this space wonderfully. For example, on the kitchen, that happens to have a lot of space. The kitchen includes all of your latest kitchen features, such as the new flat plate microwave. Doesn't have a turntable in there. Latest microwave technology, of course Lance is using that. Composite countertop, stainless steel trimmed vent hood and stove, and good sized single bowl sink with your handy pull out faucet we dripped a little bit. And a pretty roomy array of cabinets above and below here. And in this case, of course, there's also an oven, for those of you who are into that sort of elaborate cooking when you're out on the road RVing. And generally speaking, you know, nice looking backdrop. It's a good-sized kitchen for a truck camper. It's a small kitchen, you know, average kitchen for an RV, but in a truck camper, this is really good sized. And boy, there's nothing like space in the kitchen if you happen to be a cook that's really enthusiastic. You got a kitchen like this, you got a great place to work. Now, this dinette for a truck camper is kind of a marvel of engineering, you might say. It's so big that you don't expect to see this in a truck camper. It has typically storage underneath. So you pop these open, and we can take our handy dandy ladder extension, smash it under here. There's room for a lot of goodies in there. Similar storage compartment up front. And this, even for a full-figured person, fits just great. Lots of room. I mean, you've got plenty of eating space, let alone having 4 people in here for a card game or something like that. One of the things that you first notice here is that there is no window in this forward wall. Instead, they made it solid, which is better insulation anyway, and added this little step here to make it somewhat easier, along with this hand grab for climbing into the bed. And it's right close to the thermostat, so if you're in bed and you need to turn the temperature up or down, you can just reach right out here and do that. We have one of the new Norcold refrigerators with the extra space inside. Same size package, more room inside. Pretty good deal for Norcold, I think. And on this side you have a couple of shallow storage spots that are for magazines and that sort of thing. A nice sized Jensen flat screen TV which can move out on its arm when you release it, and you can kind of aim it toward the back if you happen to want to watch something back there in the sofa. And on this side, something that for size is hard to beat. It's a bathroom with a dry bath. There is a separate shower facility over here that has enough room. Well, it's a sit-down tub shower, you know, normal toilet and so on. Sink with some storage space underneath, and then storage space up on the wall. The front to aft alignment of the bed up front makes it pretty easy for 2 people to be able to get in here because you don't have to climb over each other. Over on the driver's side, there's a small storage cubby hole, the AM/FM radio, CD player and so on up above in the storage compartment. There's a small hanging wardrobe on the right hand side behind a couple of mirrored doors. Flat, low profile storage bays on both sides of the bed right up near the head of the bed. Plus a very small shelf right along the top front of the bedroom. That too is a very convenient feature. The Lance 1172 sets a new standard for truck camper excellence. To learn more about the 1172 camper, log on to our website at rollinontv.com.
Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com.
Exploration. It affirms that we are alive, demands that we are present. So let's put our work lives on pause, ramble out into the world and share the journey with the ones we love.
For more information, visit lancecamper.com.
Hi, this is Michelle of Two Gals and a Dog. Recently, we visited southern Arizona, specifically the Bisbee and Tombstone, Arizona area. We discovered Desert Oasis RV Campground, a Good Sam campground. Let's listen to owner Paul tell us about this unique laid-back campground.
So I came here for 1 week, actually 4 years ago last week, and I haven't left. It's been 4 years. And I fell in love with this place. I came here and I parked in that first site right there. Yeah. And the people who were in charge of the park had broken down lawnmowers and everything else was broken. And I said, if I'm going to stay here, I want to clean this up. Can I borrow a lawnmower or something like that? And they said, why would you do that? I said, because I want it presentable if I'm going to stay here. So I started cleaning it up. And after a while, they told the owner, why don't you hire this guy as a work camper? And he's probably going to be good. I got accepted at Karshner Caverns as a work camper. At the same time, they offered me this job. And I said, I can't leave this view. This view is spectacular. So I stayed on, and then when the owner passed away, he left the park to myself and his sister-in-law. And I bought the sister-in-law out. In the summers back then, we used to close, so I became a caretaker. And I stayed here all summer long, mowing the lawns, trimming the trees and everything, because he used to think that, he was an absentee owner, he used to think that you can leave things in the desert and they will take care of themselves, like he did in Michigan. He had an RV park in Michigan. And once they close it in the winter, they lock the gates and nobody goes in because it snows. Well, out here, you got to run the well, you got to do a whole bunch of stuff. And so I stayed here, Roxy and I, and we were the only ones here. So we had friends called rattlesnakes and Gila monsters and things like that. And then in the fall, we'd move back out to the front gate and register guests. It's pretty
What have you done since you've owned it?
Well.
Yeah.
He came, he thought, he conquered.
Good, let's hear it.
Just painting some of the buildings and scraping them down and cleaning up the debris, clearing out some of the mesquites so people can actually see the place now. It doesn't look as run down. There was, this park basically opened in 2007, and they didn't have any equipment here other than manpower and a little riding lawnmower. So I've gone out, I've got a tractor now, I've got necessary equipment to make it a little bit easier so I can make improvements. And you know, the fences were there, but they were so dull and drab, they looked terrible. So we started painting everything. We painted the sheds, we painted the cabins, the shed up here, the office, the entrance, changed the sign, we put a new sign up. So people didn't even know there was sites down at the front gate. I started trimming those trees and found out they were really in good shape. So now there's shade trees there at the front gate. So we're trying to improve it. And if you look at my Ranger in the back, I actually have a little snip about this long of a mesquite that has needles on it that long. That's what was at the front gate. So if you went off the road at the front gate, you were guaranteed to have a flat tire.
You're a Good Sam member.
Yes.
When did that happen?
2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we decided that this was not going to be a members, actually January of 2015, this used to be a members only. And I said we got to change the direction of the park. The direction of the park then became it's going to be a family park. So how do you become a family park? You go to Good Sam. Good Sam does the review and the rating system all throughout the country.
That's right.
So they came in here and they checked us out and they gave us a very, very high rating. The one thing they nailed us on was we didn't have a lot of trees. I'm thinking, well, we're in the desert, you know. But, you know, they give us a good rating overall. And every year we pass, and we're very proud of that. Now I understand that Woodall's, Passport America, AAA, everybody uses their rating system because everybody's cutting down on costs, so they don't want to send out another whole inspection to come up with the same conclusion. So Good Sam, we're very proud of it, and that's why we got this flag here, and they give us new ones because that won't even last 3 months with the winds. But yeah, that's been very, very helpful. So well, online, people look for us on Good Sam.
We found you online.
Yeah. There's 3 miles of trails. The perimeter trail that I made is 2 miles. And then you have the crisscrosses that go across, and you can exit, like over here, you can come out, You can exit over there. You can enter. You can do a third of the park today. You can do a third tomorrow. You keep
We
going.
loved it. We've done it twice already. It was great. So we are talking to Paul Harrington, who owns the Desert Oasis RV Campground in McNeil,
This
Arizona,
is actually McNeil, yes.
just outside of Bisbee, Arizona. We highly recommend this campground. If you are coming out to this area, please come here. You won't regret it.
At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family, and we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to rollinontv.com. When you have a Truma AquaGo instant hot water system, you can expect to make a lot of new friends.
Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. If you are a classic car and truck enthusiast like me, you are probably already familiar with Steel Rubber products. They have been making and supplying auto weather stripping, seals, and rubber parts for classic automobiles for 60 years. The good news for RV owners is now they are doing the same for RVs. Steel Rubber Products offers a wide selection of RV seals and weather stripping for all types of RVs, and they are just in time because I discovered a damaged seal on one of my exterior storage compartments. Let me show you how easy it is to not only identify the type of replacement seal you need, but how to install it too. The first step is to identify the type of seal you need. There are sponge rubber seals like this, and there are dense rubber seals like this. Some are simple push-on type seals, some are peel and stick, and others require some type of adhesive. You can see here our damaged seal is dense rubber with a bulb seal, and it has a metal core inside. Another important step in identifying replacement seals for your RV is to look at the profile of the seal. What I mean is you look at one end of the seal to see how the seal is shaped. The profile helps identify the replacement seal. Armed with this information, you can go to the Steel Rubber Products website, click on the RV tab, and you have the option to search by suggested use of the seal or by the material and application. My damaged seal is a compartment door seal, so I click here. Now there are 3 selections for the type of seal it is. My damaged seal is a push-on type seal, so I click here and I have a variety of seals to choose from. It's important that you match the sizes of the seal as close as possible. If you order a seal that is too thick or not thick enough, it won't work like it should. This side bulb push-on seal is close to my original seal, so I click here and I can verify the measurements and order the new seal. If you locate a replacement seal that will work for your application, make sure you take accurate measurements for the length of the seal you need. If you cannot find the replacement seal you need, you can call or email Steel Rubber Products directly. They might have some samples of seals they can send you, or you can send them a good picture of the profile of the seal you want to replace, and they will try to assist you. Now let's install our replacement seal that just arrived in the mail. This is an easy installation. It is a small exterior compartment, and the seal is a push-on type. With the bulb facing out, start at the bottom middle of the compartment and work your way around the opening, pushing the seal down for a good tight fit. Continue going around until you get to where you started. Trim the seal so it fits snug against the opposite end. That's all there is to it. It's a good idea to include all the rubber seals on the RV in with your routine inspections of other seams and sealants on the RV. If you catch a damaged seal early, you can prevent problems like water damage to your RV. For more information, take a minute to visit www.steelrubber.com and take a look around. Happy camping.
We hope you enjoyed this week's program, and for more information on anything you saw on the show, along with additional videos and stories from current and past shows, visit our website at rollinontv.com. You can also join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. As usual, this has been another fun production.